As night settles gently over the ancient world, and the sky above the Roman Empire fades into deep shades of blue and violet, the cities of stone and marble begin to soften in the quiet darkness. The roads grow empty, the voices of merchants disappear, and the empire, vast and powerful, exhales slowly, as if even Rome itself must rest. In this calm hour, when lamps flicker behind shuttered windows and fountains murmur softly to no one in particular, the hidden brilliance of Roman technology hums quietly beneath the silence, doing its work without spectacle, without haste, without demanding attention. Beneath the feet of sleeping citizens, water flows patiently through aqueducts built with such care that gravity alone guides the stream across valleys, over arches and into cities miles away from their mountain springs. No engines roar, no wheels spin wildly. Instead, the Romans trust the earth itself, shaping stone and mortar so precisely that water obeys their intentions. Even now, in the stillness of night, fresh water glides along smooth channels, feeding baths, fountains, kitchens, and gardens, a constant unseen companion to Roman life. The aqueducts stretch like quiet stone rivers across the countryside, their arches silhouetted against the moonlight. Each block was cut by hand, each measurement taken by eye and experience, guided by instruments simple yet astonishingly effective. The chorobates, a wooden beam with plumb lines, rests in the memory of the engineers who once used it to ensure perfect level over long distances. They knew that even a small mistake could stop the water's gentle journey, so they worked slowly, patiently, trusting calculation more than force. Inside the cities, the streets lie calm, but beneath them, a network of sewers continues its tireless task. The cloaca maxima, one of the great engineering achievements of Rome, carries waste away from homes and public spaces, protecting health long before germs were understood. Stone-lined channels curve beneath roads and buildings, gravity guiding everything onward toward the river. The design is simple, almost humble, yet powerful enough that parts of it will endure for thousands of years, still whispering with flowing water long after emperors are forgotten. In a quiet Roman house, walls thick with stone keep the warmth of the day trapped inside. The hypocaust system below the floor still holds traces of heat from the evening fire. Warm air once traveled through hollow spaces under tiles and inside walls, turning cold stone into a gentle source of comfort. There is no rush here, no flickering flames now, only the memory of warmth lingering in the architecture itself. Roman engineers understood that comfort was not luxury alone, but a matter of clever design. The baths, now empty and silent, were once filled with steam and conversation, laughter echoing off curved ceilings designed to carry sound softly. Water heated in furnaces circulated through pools of different temperatures, guided by valves, channels, and careful planning. The Romans knew how to move water, how to heat it, how to store it, and how to share it. Their technology was communal, meant to be experienced together, woven into daily routines like breathing. Far from the cities, Roman roads stretched straight and steady through forests and hills. Barely visible under starlight, these roads do not sleep. Their layered construction, stone upon gravel upon sand, keeps them firm through rain and time. Each mile is measured, each curve deliberate. Milestones stand quietly, counting distance with calm authority. Even in darkness, the roads know where they are going. They were built not only for armies, but for messages, trade, and connection, binding the empire together with silent persistence. Somewhere along one of these roads, a lone oil lamp burns in a way station, its flame steady thanks to carefully refined olive oil and a wick shaped through generations of trial. Roman lamps were small marvels, designed to burn evenly, to last through the night, to bring a soft glow without smoke or waste. The light pools gently on stone walls, revealing shelves, tools, and the calm order of Roman practicality. In workshops now closed for the night, machines rest quietly. Water wheels once turned with the current of rivers, grinding grain without human hands, converting flowing water into steady labor. Gears carved from wood meshed smoothly, their teeth shaped with understanding rather than mathematics. These were not loud machines, but patient ones, working in harmony with nature rather than fighting it. Even at rest, they seem ready to resume their gentle turning when dawn arrives. The Romans mastered concrete, a material so strong and adaptable that it reshaped architecture forever. Made from volcanic ash, lime, and water, it hardens not by drying, but by a slow chemical reaction that strengthens over time. Domes rise from it, arches curve confidently, harbors resist the endless motion of the sea. In the quiet night, massive structures like the Pantheon hold their shape effortlessly, the weight distributed perfectly through design rather than brute force. Above, the stars trace their ancient paths, and Roman astronomers once watched them carefully, mapping time and seasons. Simple instruments allowed them to predict eclipses, track solstices, and align buildings with celestial events. Time itself was engineered through sundials and water clocks, allowing the empire to regulate work, prayer, and public life. Even now, long after the clocks are silent, the rhythm they imposed lingers faintly in the memory of civilization. In kitchens dark and still, storage jars lined with pitch keep grain dry, wine fresh, and oil pure. Roman preservation methods relied on understanding air, moisture, and temperature. Amphorae were shaped not just for beauty, but for stacking, shipping, and sealing. The technology of food was quiet and essential, ensuring that cities could be fed, armies supplied, and winters endured without panic. Somewhere near the edge of the empire, a fortress stands watch, its walls angled carefully to deflect projectiles, its towers positioned for visibility rather than decoration. Roman military engineering favored efficiency over excess. Ballistae and catapults, now resting under canvas, were designed with torsion springs of twisted sinew, storing energy patiently until released. These machines were precise, predictable, and terrifyingly effective, yet even they were products of calm calculation. As the night deepens, the empire breathes slowly, held together by knowledge passed from hand to hand rather than written in grand theories. Roman technology was practical, adaptable, and quietly confident. It did not seek to amaze, only to endure. Its greatest triumph was not spectacle, but reliability. Water arrived, roads lasted, buildings stood. Life flowed. And as sleep comes softly to the listener, the distant murmur of aqueduct water, the imagined warmth of stone floors, the endless straightness of moonlit roads all blend together into a single, steady rhythm. The Roman Empire, so often remembered for conquest and power, reveals itself here as something gentler and more enduring, a civilization built on careful thinking, patient hands, and the quiet genius of making things work. The night continues, unhurried, and the technology of Rome continues with it, silently, faithfully, doing exactly what it was designed to do while the world rests. The night does not end quickly in the Roman world. It stretches, slow and unbroken, allowing thoughts to wander gently through stone corridors and along silent waterways. Somewhere beyond the sleeping city, a reservoir rests like a dark mirror, holding water gathered patiently from distant hills. Roman engineers chose these places carefully, shaping earth and stone to cradle immense weight without strain. The water waits there calmly, never stagnant, always ready, knowing that at dawn it will resume its measured descent through channels carved with intention. Inside the city walls, even the air seems engineered. Narrow streets guide breezes just enough to cool the day's lingering warmth. Buildings face one another with purpose, their shadows falling in predictable patterns. Romans understood space instinctively, sensing how height, width, and orientation could shape comfort. Windows are placed high to allow light without heat, and shutters close tightly to keep the night still. There is no randomness here, only quiet design that fades into normality through constant use. In the darkness of a public granary, grain rests in raised floors, protected from damp air and pests by clever spacing and ventilation. The Romans learned that air itself could be guided, that stillness could preserve just as much as motion. These stores fed thousands, not through abundance alone, but through careful management, measurement, and foresight. Each sack was counted, each delivery recorded, forming a system that worked silently while citizens slept. Beyond the city, bridges stretch across rivers, their arches reflected faintly in the slow-moving water below. Built with stones shaped to lock together, they need no mortar to hold them fast. The keystone at the center bears weight evenly, distributing pressure so gently that the bridge feels almost effortless in its strength. Even after centuries of floods, these bridges endure, trusting geometry rather than force. At night, they seem to float, suspended between banks by nothing more than understanding. In a coastal town, harbors curve inward, shaped by concrete that hardens underwater, defying the sea itself. Roman maritime technology turned coastlines into safe shelters, allowing ships to rest without fear. Breakwaters absorb waves patiently, their form guiding energy away rather than resisting it. The sea murmurs softly against stone, unaware that it is touching one of humanity's earliest triumphs over nature through chemistry and patience. Ships lie moored, their hulls coated with pitch and wax to resist rot. Their design balances cargo capacity with stability, allowing them to travel vast distances with predictable behavior. Sails are folded neatly, ropes coiled with care. Roman navigation relied on stars, coastlines, and experience passed through generations. No compass guides them now, only memory and trust in systems that have worked countless times before. In the stillness of a villa courtyard, a fountain releases water in a steady arc, powered by pressure alone. No pumps disturb the quiet. Gravity does all the work, guided by pipes of lead and clay shaped with precision. These pipes, joined carefully, create networks hidden within walls and under floors. Water appears where it is wanted, disappears when it is not, a quiet luxury that soon becomes invisible through familiarity. Roman metallurgy rests silently in forges long cooled. Iron tools, hardened through controlled heating and quenching, wait for hands that will use them tomorrow. Steel is not yet fully understood, but experimentation has produced blades, nails, hinges, and fittings that last. Each tool is shaped for a specific task, showing an understanding that efficiency begins with the hand itself. The balance of a hammer, the curve of a sickle, the edge of a chisel all refined slowly over time. In libraries dimly lit by oil lamps, scrolls rest in niches carved into walls. Though the empire prized action over theory, knowledge was still gathered, copied, and preserved. Engineers learned from architects, architects from surveyors, surveyors from soldiers who had measured land under harsh conditions. This sharing of experience formed an unspoken curriculum, a living education that traveled faster than books. Somewhere near a military camp, a measuring rod lies beside a surveyor's tools. The groma, with its simple cross and hanging plumb lines, once aligned roads and plots with remarkable accuracy. By trusting gravity and sight, Romans imposed order upon vast landscapes. Fields became rectangles, camps became grids, cities became predictable, navigable spaces. Even now, under starlight, the memory of straight lines feels comforting, like reassurance that the world can be understood. In homes across the empire, furniture rests quietly. Folding stools, collapsible beds, and modular storage show an appreciation for portability and efficiency. Roman life was often mobile, and technology followed suit. Objects were designed to move, to adapt, to be useful rather than permanent. This flexibility allowed ideas and designs to spread quickly, reshaping distant provinces into familiar patterns. The night deepens further, and somewhere a water clock ticks softly, measuring time through dripping flow. Each drop falls with calm inevitability, marking moments without urgency. Time here is not rushed. It is observed. The Romans divided hours not equally, but according to daylight, showing an understanding that time itself shifts with the seasons. Technology adapted to nature rather than forcing nature to conform. In medical rooms now quiet, instruments of bronze and iron rest on tables. Roman medicine combined observation with practicality. Surgical tools were specialized and precise, shaped to perform specific tasks efficiently. Cleanliness was encouraged through flowing water and fresh air, even if the reasons were not fully understood. Hospitals for soldiers, valetudinaria, were organized spaces, recognizing that recovery depended on environment as much as treatment. At the edge of a city, amphitheaters rise in curved tiers, their design allowing tens of thousands to see and hear clearly. The acoustics are not accidental. Stone absorbs and reflects sound in predictable ways, and the Romans learned to shape spaces that carried voices without amplification. Now empty, these structures hold silence just as effectively, their curves cradling the night air. Far above, an observatory terrace lies unused, but once it held instruments aligned with the heavens. Roman calendars depended on these observations, keeping agriculture, festivals, and governance synchronized. Even now, the alignment of streets and buildings reflects solar events, subtle reminders that technology extended beyond machines into the organization of life itself. As sleep grows heavier, the listener drifts deeper into this world where innovation is quiet and constant. Roman technology does not shout. It whispers through stone, water, and wood. It works best when unnoticed, when life flows smoothly enough that no one thinks to ask why. The empire at rest feels almost timeless, suspended between past and future. Its inventions continue their gentle labor, unaffected by dreams or darkness. Water flows, walls stand. Roads wait, and in this steady continuity, there is peace. The night continues to cradle the world. And the advanced technology of the Roman Empire remains exactly what it was always meant to be: present, dependable, and quietly enduring, guiding civilization forward even as everyone sleeps. The night stretches further, slow and infinite, and the Roman Empire remains cradled in shadow, its streets and villas softened by darkness. Somewhere beyond the city gates, a farmer's estate rests quietly, olive trees bending slightly in a gentle night breeze. Roman irrigation channels, often hidden among roots and low walls, distribute water evenly across groves and fields, moving with the patience of centuries. The soil absorbs it silently, grateful for the careful engineering that turns life-sustaining water into growth without a sound. Even in sleep, the land remembers the hands that shaped its care. In the distance, hills are dotted with watchtowers, simple yet effective constructions of stone and timber. Their design is subtle, blending strength with economy, built for observation rather than decoration. From these high points, soldiers once used signal fires and flags to communicate across vast distances, a network of light and movement that carried messages faster than any horse could run. Tonight, the towers are empty, but their form remains, testimony to human ingenuity and foresight. Inside a bustling forum now silent, stone columns hold up shadows where debates once echoed. Roman concrete, strong and enduring, keeps the arches and porticos intact, a material that seems alive in its quiet persistence. The surfaces, smooth to touch, were polished with care, designed to resist wear and remind citizens of order and permanence. Even without voices, the forum exudes authority, a calm certainty built into stone itself. Bathhouses, cooled and still, hold the faint memory of steam rising from heated water. Romans had mastered the circulation of warmth and water, understanding how to move energy efficiently, whether through underground hypocausts or precisely calculated furnace placement. Floors once walked barefoot by hundreds now retain subtle traces of that thermal rhythm, an echo of human movement synchronized with technology. Water, heat, and stone combine to form spaces that work without effort, designed for comfort in a world without electricity. On the edges of a city, small workshops rest beneath roofs of tile and timber. Craftsmen once shaped bronze, iron, and clay with practiced hands, creating objects both beautiful and functional. Roman tools were designed for durability and efficiency. Hammers, chisels, and anvils balanced perfectly, allowing repetition without strain. In the dark, these instruments seemed to sleep alongside the people who used them, awaiting the first light to resume labor. Near a riverbank, a water wheel turns slowly even in imagination, fed by the consistent flow of the current. Its wooden paddles, shaped to harness the river's energy, spin effortlessly, grinding grain or sawing timber. The mechanism is simple but elegant, a harmony between human design and natural forces. Its effectiveness depends on patience, on understanding rhythm rather than imposing force, a principle repeated throughout Roman technology. In the villas of wealthy citizens, mosaics of colored stone depict scenes of life, commerce, and mythology. These are not mere decorations. They are expressions of precision and calculation. Each tile is placed deliberately, forming patterns that are both durable and intricate. The floors themselves endure because of careful engineering, layers of sand, mortar, and stone, designed to shift slightly under pressure yet remain unbroken. In the quiet night, these surfaces radiate calm order, holding centuries of human creativity in place. Above, rooftops slope gently, allowing rainwater to flow into channels that guide it into cisterns or aqueducts. Romans understood that even the smallest drop could be managed, stored, and used. These systems required foresight and constant care, but once constructed, they operate without human intervention, a silent partnership with nature that persists across time. In the countryside, roads continue straight and firm under starlight. Roman engineers built them with layers of stone and gravel, choosing materials that resist wear yet allow drainage. Milestones, evenly spaced, mark distance with quiet certainty. Even now, the roads guide the imagination, carrying travelers across landscapes without hesitation, revealing a civilization built on structure, predictability, and calm reliability. In kitchens now empty, amphorae rest on wooden racks, holding oil, wine, and grain preserved by knowledge of air, humidity, and sealant. Romans understood that the longevity of life depended on storage as much as production. Every vessel is designed to be both functional and transportable, a subtle form of engineering that ensures sustenance flows reliably, quietly, and without interruption. Near the edge of the empire, forts rise along borders, built for surveillance and defense. Walls, angled to deflect projectiles, are constructed with stone carefully layered for maximum strength. Towers rise strategically, allowing visibility far into the distance. Even in the stillness of night, these fortifications radiate a sense of preparedness, a calm readiness that is a hallmark of Roman military engineering. Ballistae and catapults, now resting, were designed for efficiency, using torsion springs and carefully carved wooden arms to store energy until released. Even at rest, their form conveys precision, reliability, and patience. The stars above reflect faintly on river surfaces and tiled roofs, a distant rhythm mirrored by the orderliness below. Roman sundials once measured time by shadow, water clocks by drip, and calendars by celestial events. Technology here intertwines with observation, a quiet dance between human understanding and natural cycles. Even without humans present, these systems continue to regulate life, offering a gentle, rhythmic structure that echoes through centuries. In medical quarters, bronze scalpels, forceps, and probes rest on tables, carefully crafted for their specific functions. Romans combined observation, trial, and refinement to create tools that could treat injuries with minimal complication. Hospitals were organized, clean, and well-planned, understanding that environment shapes recovery as much as technique. Instruments lie silently, awaiting use, their purpose unspoken yet understood by all who approach them. Amphitheaters rise quietly on hillsides, empty of noise yet designed to amplify voices with perfect clarity. Their acoustics, a product of careful calculation, allow tens of thousands to hear speeches, performances, and games without effort. Stone and angle work in harmony, and in the calm of night, one can imagine the soft resonance of thousands of voices carried across space. These spaces are engineered for experience, a subtle mastery over physics in service of human connection. The empire at night is a study in stillness. Aqueducts murmur softly, roads stretch unbroken, walls stand steady, and every invention lies dormant yet ready. Roman technology is not loud or intrusive. It works quietly, patiently, and without complaint. Its brilliance lies in its reliability, its adaptability, and its integration with daily life. Even in darkness, it continues its function, unseen yet always present. Sleep grows heavier for the listener, and the mind drifts among silent streets, flowing water, warm floors, and gentle mechanical motions. Roman engineering is not a story of spectacle but of calm, enduring order, a network of knowledge and practice that binds the empire together. The night deepens further, and the imagination follows the smooth curves of aqueducts, the measured straightness of roads, the calculated warmth of hypocausts, and the enduring strength of stone and concrete. The Roman Empire at rest is a world of quiet mastery, where human ingenuity works harmoniously with nature, where every stone, every drop of water, every line of a road has purpose. As sleep takes the listener deeper, the empire remains, timeless, calm, and enduring, its technology whispering reassurance into the mind. The soft, continuous rhythm of civilization designed millennia ago carries through the night. Water flows. Stone stands, roads persist, walls endure. Time is measured, machines rest. And in this endless, silent labor, the Roman Empire teaches a lesson in patient, gentle mastery, lulling the mind into deep, restful slumber with the quiet hum of engineering as a constant companion. The night stretches on, calm and unbroken, and the Roman Empire remains steeped in quiet, its brilliance hidden beneath shadowed streets and silent villas. Beyond the city walls, fields of wheat sway faintly in a gentle breeze, and water flows through irrigation ditches designed with care, dividing earth into orderly plots. Roman farmers knew how to make the land work for them, using small channels, raised banks, and simple gates to guide life-sustaining water where it was needed. In the stillness of night, these systems continue, invisible yet dependable, reminding the world that technology can serve without intrusion. Along the countryside roads, mile after mile of stones rest firmly, their surfaces polished by centuries of travel. These roads were designed to last, their layered foundations of sand, gravel, and stone absorbing shock and rain with ease. Even now, in darkness, their straight lines seem to guide the imagination, suggesting purpose, order, and calm continuity. The milestones that once counted distances between towns remain, small markers of human planning that demand nothing, simply existing to reassure those who follow them. In the quiet corners of a city, fountains release water in gentle arcs, their sound soft and hypnotic. Romans understood pressure and gravity, using them to bring moving water to every home, bath, and garden. The pipes beneath the streets carry this resource patiently, each joint and bend calculated for longevity and efficiency. No one notices the labor, the quiet precision, but the system persists, a testament to patience and foresight. Bathhouses, emptied of the day's crowds, still hold warmth in their stone floors and walls. The hypocaust system beneath continues to radiate memory of heat, a ghost of human comfort engineered with careful skill. Furnaces and flues once directed warmth through walls and rooms, creating an experience of temperature control that would not be matched for centuries. Even without fire burning now, the architecture seems aware of how to soothe and sustain, its function continuing in memory alone. In workshops along narrow streets, tools rest on benches, shaped for strength, balance, and precision. Craftsmen of Rome understood the importance of creating instruments that work efficiently, allowing repetition without fatigue. Bronze chisels, iron hammers, wooden mallets, each made to exacting standards lie waiting, their silent forms echoing the human hands that once guided them. In this stillness, the mastery of repeated effort becomes almost meditative, a rhythm that continues beyond human presence. Water wheels on distant rivers have slowed, yet in imagination they turn endlessly, powered by flowing currents and carefully carved paddles. These simple machines harnessed energy without demanding effort, converting natural motion into work that grinds grain, saws timber, or pumps water. The technology is patient and forgiving, responding to the steady consistency of rivers rather than violent intervention. Even in sleep, the motion can be imagined as a gentle, hypnotic cadence, lulling the mind with repetition and balance. Inside grand villas, mosaics of colored stone lie undisturbed, each tessera placed with careful attention to pattern and proportion. The floors themselves, built with layered materials, support movement, weight, and daily activity with quiet endurance. The artistry is matched by practical design, revealing a civilization where aesthetics and function coexist. Even without movement or observers, these spaces radiate calm, demonstrating that enduring beauty is inseparable from engineering and foresight. On rooftops, rainwater channels guide droplets into cisterns and aqueducts, capturing resources that might otherwise be lost. Romans understood the significance of small details, how the shape of a roof, the angle of a gutter, or the slope of a channel could turn natural forces into useful tools. Each element, designed with intention, participates in a system far larger than itself, quietly maintaining life for thousands below. Military forts, perched on hills, remain vigilant even in imagination. Walls, carefully angled to deflect attack, stand firm, and towers rise in strategic locations. Ballistae and catapults, though silent, seem to hum with potential energy, their torsion springs and wooden frames ready to release stored power at a moment's notice. Roman military engineering favors efficiency and predictability over spectacle, and even in darkness, the calm authority of these structures persists. In libraries now dim, scrolls of papyrus rest in orderly niches, preserving knowledge gathered over generations. Roman engineers, architects, and surveyors relied on such wisdom, copying techniques, refining designs, and passing methods silently from hand to hand. Learning was practical and cumulative, building a network of understanding that transcended any one individual. In the quiet night, this intangible network seems alive, a living current beneath stone and mortar. Amphitheaters on hillsides rise silently, their seats empty but acoustics perfect. Stone curves and open spaces carry sound effortlessly, demonstrating an understanding of resonance and human perception. Even without crowds, the spaces suggest activity, anticipation, and the mastery of physical principles. Night settles softly upon these arenas, and their shape seems to hold the calm energy of thousands of voices, frozen in a moment that never fully passes. In the distance, a harbor lies still, protected by concrete breakwaters hardened underwater, defying the pull of tides. Ships rest gently against piers, hulls coated in pitch to prevent decay. Their masts, folded sails, and neatly coiled ropes hint at readiness and foresight. Roman maritime technology combined observation, material science, and careful design to ensure safe passage and reliable trade. Even at rest, the harbor is organized, purposeful, and enduring, echoing the rhythm of human ingenuity applied to nature. Time itself is measured softly, as water clocks drip rhythmically and sundials cast slow-moving shadows. Romans synchronized human activity with natural cycles, ensuring that work, rest, and celebration followed a predictable cadence. Even now, in the absence of people, these systems continue in imagination, reinforcing order, patience, and calm. Medical instruments lie on tables, polished and precise. Surgical bronze scalpels, forceps, and probes were designed to maximize efficiency while minimizing risk. Hospitals for soldiers, organized and clean, relied on understanding both tools and environment. The Roman approach to medicine integrated observation with practicality, showing a careful awareness of cause and effect. Even unused, these instruments carry the memory of care, precision, and preparation. And so, the Roman Empire continues its quiet labor throughout the night. Roads remain straight, aqueducts flow, floors retain warmth, and water wheels imagine their endless turning. Technology here is patient, invisible, and enduring, designed to support life without fanfare. Each innovation, small or large, works seamlessly with others, forming a web of intelligence that persists even when humans sleep. The listener drifts ever deeper, eyes heavy, mind wandering among arches, fountains, streets, and fortresses. Roman technology is not a spectacle to excite, but a soft, constant reassurance, a slow heartbeat beneath civilization. It is the comfort of order, the steadiness of design, and the quiet knowledge that life can be guided by intelligence, patience, and foresight. The empire at rest is timeless, its systems humming softly in memory and imagination. Water flows, stone stands, roads guide, walls protect, machines turn, and knowledge persists. This gentle continuity forms a rhythm that soothes, lulls, and carries the mind into deeper, undisturbed slumber where the genius of Rome can be dreamt of, quiet and everlasting. The night deepens even further, and the Roman Empire lies beneath a vast sky sprinkled with stars, silent, patient, and enduring. In the hills outside the city, small aqueduct channels carry water gently from distant springs into reservoirs, where it waits calmly, ready to nourish homes, baths, gardens, and fountains. Each stone and mortar joint, carefully placed centuries ago, continues its work without complaint, a testament to design that relies on patience and subtlety rather than force. The sound of water flowing, imagined softly in the distance, becomes a gentle rhythm that mirrors the slow beating of a heart, steady and reassuring. Along the wide roads that cross the countryside, travelers once moved with ease, their wagons rolling over carefully layered stone foundations that resist wear and absorb the shocks of heavy loads. Now, in silence, these same roads stretch straight and unbroken, leading the imagination toward distant horizons, their order reflecting a deliberate intelligence that shapes the land itself. Milestones stand like quiet sentinels, marking distance and direction with calm authority, suggesting a world that can be understood, navigated, and trusted. In villas tucked beneath trees, cisterns lie filled with water, their contents cooled by thick stone walls. Roofs slope gently to guide rainwater into channels that direct it precisely where it will be most useful. Even at rest, the infrastructure hums invisibly, a quiet network designed for comfort, convenience, and long-term reliability. Romans understood that small details matter: the angle of a roof, the width of a pipe, the slope of a channel, so that life could flow efficiently without constant intervention. Bathhouses, now empty, still hold echoes of warmth in their hypocaust floors and flues. Furnaces that once heated rooms have cooled, but the architecture preserves their effects. Stone walls radiate memory of heat, floors retain subtle energy, and rooms await the first touch of human activity to awaken once more. Romans mastered the movement of energy through space, combining observation, calculation, and experimentation to create comfort that is nearly invisible yet deeply felt. Workshops lie quiet, their tools arranged with care. Hammers, chisels, pliers, and bronze molds rest in balance, designed for efficiency and longevity. Craftsmen understood that well-made tools reduce effort, increase precision, and endure, and their lessons persist silently in these objects. Even without hands to guide them, the tools carry the weight of intention and thought, a subtle reminder that human labor is amplified through design. Water wheels along distant rivers now spin only in memory, harnessing the flow to grind grain or power simple mills. Wooden paddles, carved and shaped with precision, transform natural energy into useful work without demanding force. Their motion is gentle and rhythmic, a slow cadence that mirrors the heartbeat of the empire itself. The flow of water, the turning of wheels, the movement of energy, everything in Roman technology obeys predictable patterns, offering reassurance and continuity even in the absence of people. Mosaics on villa floors, depicting scenes of mythology, daily life, and nature, are undisturbed in the moonlight. Each tiny tessera was placed with care, forming patterns that are both artistic and durable. The floors themselves are engineered to withstand time, built with layers of sand, mortar, and stone. In the quiet of night, these creations radiate calm precision, a subtle lesson in the combination of beauty and practicality. Harbors, protected by concrete breakwaters hardened underwater, hold ships whose hulls are coated with pitch to resist decay. Their masts lie folded, sails coiled neatly, ropes arranged carefully. Roman maritime technology blends observation, material science, and practical design, ensuring that life, trade, and communication can continue safely. Even at rest, the harbor is organized, purposeful, and enduring, echoing the rhythm of human ingenuity applied to nature. Military forts and watchtowers along the edges of the empire stand as silent guardians. Walls angled to deflect projectiles, towers rising strategically, and machines of war carefully constructed all suggest readiness without agitation. Ballistae and catapults, stored quietly, embody the principles of stored energy and precision, awaiting a moment that may never come. The calm order of military engineering reflects a larger philosophy: preparation, foresight, and quiet reliability. Libraries and scroll repositories, now dark and empty, preserve knowledge that shaped cities, roads, and aqueducts. Engineers, surveyors, architects, and soldiers shared experience and passed techniques along, creating a living network of wisdom. Even without human presence, this network endures in imagination, a faint hum beneath the empire, reminding us that learning is not only cumulative but enduring. Amphitheaters rise empty yet purposeful, their acoustics designed to carry thousands of voices. Stone and shape work together to amplify sound, producing clarity without modern amplification. In the silence of night, the space itself seems to hum softly, as if the memory of performances, speeches, and games lingers in the stone. It is a testament to understanding and mastery, a quiet celebration of what can be achieved through observation and calculation. Medical instruments, carefully crafted from bronze and iron, rest on tables in forgotten rooms. Scalpel, forceps, probes, each designed for precision and durability, illustrate a philosophy of preparation and care. Hospitals, organized with attention to airflow, light, and sanitation, anticipate the needs of patients before they arrive. Even dormant, these tools and spaces radiate order, foresight, and skill. In the countryside, irrigation channels, reservoirs, and farmhouses continue their silent work. Water is delivered predictably, soil absorbs it patiently, and crops grow with minimal human intervention. The combination of small-scale engineering, careful observation, and cumulative knowledge ensures that life can continue smoothly, a quiet, self-sustaining rhythm. The Roman Empire at night is a living organism of stone, water, and careful thought. Roads, aqueducts, baths, harbors, fortresses, workshops, and homes all persist in calm coordination, a network of technology that works quietly and efficiently. Its genius lies not in spectacle, but in endurance, reliability, and integration with life. Even in imagination, the systems continue, carrying the listener gently toward deeper sleep. The empire breathes slowly, like a giant, patient being. Water flows, stone stands. Roads guide, walls protect, machines rest. Knowledge persists. Time moves with gentle rhythm, measured in shadows, dripping water, and celestial movement. Sleep deepens as the mind drifts through these systems, each one a lullaby of quiet innovation, of foresight applied with patience, of civilization designed to sustain itself with minimal effort. Even in the silence of night, Roman technology teaches calm, assurance, and continuity. Each invention, large or small, contributes to a sense of order, a reassurance that life is maintained, and that careful thought endures beyond the presence of individuals. Aqueducts flow, hypocausts radiate warmth, roads stretch straight and true, and the mind, gently guided, surrenders to the rhythm of enduring ingenuity. The night grows deeper still, and the Roman Empire rests under a sky scattered with countless stars, each one distant, steady, and quiet, mirroring the calm endurance of the empire below. In the countryside, fields of barley and wheat lie motionless, But the irrigation channels that water them continue to guide droplets gently from distant springs. Roman engineers had designed these systems with patience and foresight. Raised banks, gates, and subtle slopes allow water to flow exactly where it is needed, feeding life without effort or intrusion. The quiet, rhythmic flow becomes almost hypnotic, a soft murmur that lulls the imagination deeper into a serene, restful state. Along the roads that connect cities and villages, the layered stones rest in perfect alignment. Gravel, sand, and paving stones combine to absorb shocks and resist erosion, ensuring that travel is smooth and predictable. Milestones, spaced carefully along each mile, provide reassurance to travelers and traders, even in sleep, that the world is measured, understood, and steady. These roads, silent now, evoke the presence of countless footsteps and wagons from centuries past, a gentle reminder of continuity, stability, and order. Within the city walls, fountains release water with gentle arcs, each drop tracing a perfect path dictated by the precise calculations of Roman engineers. Lead and clay pipes carry water to baths, homes, and gardens, unseen but faithful, creating a system that works flawlessly without fanfare. The faint sound of water in imagination echoes through streets, a subtle rhythm that blends with the heart, reinforcing calm and relaxation. Bathhouses, empty of humans, still retain warmth. The hypocaust floors and wall flues, designed to distribute heat evenly, radiate memory of fires long extinguished. Stone and tile carry energy in a silent dance, creating comfort that lingers even when the source is gone. The Romans understood how to move energy, not forcibly, but harmoniously, a principle that shows in every aspect of their design. Workshops, quiet under the night sky, hold tools of bronze, iron, and wood. Hammers, chisels, tongs, and anvils lie in precise arrangements, each shaped to perform its task with maximum efficiency. Craftsmen had refined these instruments over generations, understanding balance, durability, and ergonomics. Even unused, the tools radiate purpose and preparation, a quiet testament to human foresight and patience. Water wheels along distant rivers, though motionless now, suggest endless turning in memory. Wooden paddles, shaped carefully to harness natural flow, transform the energy of rivers into work, grinding grain, sawing timber, or powering simple machinery. The mechanism is simple yet elegant, a gentle rhythm repeated over and over, harmonizing human labor with the natural world. This quiet motion, imagined softly, becomes a lullaby, guiding thoughts toward deeper relaxation. Within the villas, mosaics of vivid stone depict mythological scenes, daily life, and nature. The floors, built with layers of sand, mortar, and stone, endure centuries of use without complaint. Each tessera is a careful choice, creating both durability and beauty. The night amplifies the sense of order and patience embedded in every detail. The mind, wandering among these patterns, finds reassurance in their balance, symmetry, and permanence. Harbors lie still under the moonlight, their breakwaters of concrete hardened underwater, resisting tides and storms with quiet confidence. Ships rest gently against piers, hulls protected with pitch to prevent decay. Masts are lowered, sails folded, ropes coiled neatly. Roman maritime technology blends observation, chemistry, and design to make travel and trade safe, predictable, and reliable. The quiet efficiency of the harbor, even at night, offers a sense of trust and calm. Fortresses on distant borders, silent under starlight, reflect Roman military wisdom. Walls angled to deflect attack, towers strategically placed, and ballistae and catapults prepared for precision demonstrate the integration of foresight, engineering, and strategy. These structures radiate authority, order, and security. Even in imagined stillness, they convey reassurance, the knowledge that the empire is built with care, preparation, and reliability. Libraries, quiet and dark, preserve scrolls of papyrus and knowledge accumulated over centuries. Romans understood that innovation and continuity depend on learning, observation, and sharing experience. Engineers, surveyors, and architects exchanged ideas across generations, creating a network of wisdom that endures silently, like a heartbeat, beneath the empire's surface. Even without human presence, the memory of their thought and diligence persists, subtle and unbroken. Amphitheaters rise in quiet dignity, their tiers empty, yet designed to carry sound effortlessly. Stone and architecture work together, creating acoustics that allow every word, every note, to reach hundreds or thousands of spectators. In stillness, the structures seem to breathe softly, holding echoes of past performances and conversations, preserving the energy of human activity in the calm order of engineering. Medical instruments, bronze scalpels, forceps, probes, and other carefully designed tools rest on tables, each shape deliberate, each edge refined. Hospitals for soldiers, organized for cleanliness and efficiency, anticipated human needs long before they arose. Even in their dormancy, these tools convey care, preparation, and foresight, quietly reminding the mind that thought, observation, and planning can create security and calm. In the countryside, irrigation systems, reservoirs, and farmhouses work quietly together. Water is delivered consistently, soil receives it evenly, and crops grow steadily. Small-scale engineering, observation, and knowledge accumulated over generations sustain life, forming a self-regulating rhythm that endures through the night. The gentle cadence of these systems becomes almost hypnotic, lulling the mind into a sense of trust and relaxation. The Roman Empire at night is a vast, interconnected organism of stone, water, wood, and thought. Roads, aqueducts, baths, harbors, fortresses, villas, and workshops all persist in quiet coordination. The genius of the empire lies not in spectacle or grandeur, but in endurance, reliability, and integration with life. Each system, large or small, contributes to a calm, invisible order. Even in imagination, water flows, stones hold firm, machines rest, knowledge persists, and time moves gently, measured in shadows, dripping water, and celestial rhythm. Sleep deepens as the mind drifts along aqueducts, beneath roads, over tiled floors, and through silent workshops. Roman technology is a lullaby of patience, foresight, and continuous function, reassuring the mind that order exists, effort endures, and life is maintained. Aqueducts flow, hypocausts radiate warmth, roads stretch straight and true, walls protect, and knowledge persists. Each element carries the gentle rhythm of enduring genius, guiding the listener into deeper, uninterrupted slumber, where imagination merges with the quiet hum of civilization. The night deepens even more, stretching across the empire like a soft, endless blanket. In the countryside, reservoirs and aqueducts remain perfectly still. Yet in imagination, water continues its steady journey from distant mountains into cities and villas, following the gentle slopes and carefully shaped channels designed centuries ago. The flow is predictable, measured, and calm, carrying life and comfort wherever it travels. Each stone, each joint, each carefully aligned pipe participates silently in a rhythm that requires no human hand to guide it, only the quiet patience of design and understanding. Along the Roman roads, now deserted under the moon, the layered foundation of sand, gravel, and stone continues to support the memory of movement. Even when empty, the roads exude order and certainty. Milestones, spaced evenly along the routes, mark distance with quiet authority. Travelers long gone have left traces in the rhythm of the path itself, and in imagination, wagons roll softly over the stones, their wheels guided by centuries of careful engineering. The roads, straight and enduring, carry the mind gently forward, a subtle reassurance of continuity. In the heart of cities, fountains glimmer faintly in the moonlight, releasing arcs of water in perfect symmetry. The pipes beneath streets and buildings carry life-sustaining water to homes, baths, and gardens, unseen yet reliable. Gravity does the work. Pressure guides the flow, and the result is smooth, quiet, and predictable. The soft sound of water, imagined in the mind, becomes a gentle rhythm, a lullaby, encouraging the body and mind to release tension and sink deeper into relaxation. Bathhouses, now empty, still hold warmth within their walls and floors. The hypocaust beneath the tiles radiates heat long after fires have gone cold. Furnaces and flues, carefully placed and designed, allowed air to move evenly through spaces, providing comfort that seemed effortless. The Romans mastered the movement of energy in quiet harmony with architecture, creating spaces that nurture the body and soothe the mind. Even at rest, these structures retained a gentle memory of warmth, comfort, and care. In workshops tucked into narrow streets, tools rest neatly on benches. Hammers, chisels, mallets, and bronze molds lie in perfect balance, designed to maximize efficiency and precision while minimizing effort. Craftsmen long gone have left behind objects that continue to radiate order, purpose, and foresight. Even without hands to guide them, the tools seem to hum softly with the memory of use. Each edge, curve, and handle reflecting generations of refined skill. Water wheels along rivers, though stationary, turn slowly in imagination, converting flowing water into useful work. Wooden paddles, carved carefully to harness the current, grind grain, saw timber, or pump water in a continuous calm rhythm. The gentle cadence of imagined motion matches the heartbeat of the empire itself. Rivers flow, wheels turn, energy moves predictably and harmoniously, and the mind feels the ease of order maintained without struggle. Mosaics in villas rest undisturbed, depicting myth, daily life and nature in minute-perfect detail. Floors are constructed with layered stone, sand, and mortar to endure for centuries. Each tessera is chosen with care, forming patterns that combine durability with beauty. In the quiet of night, these patterns invite the mind to trace shapes and lines, soothing thought and encouraging rest. The precision and patience evident in every floor, wall, and decoration become a gentle reassurance that the world can be organized, understood, and preserved. Harbors, empty under the moon, remain strong and organized. Concrete breakwaters hardened underwater resist the pull of the tides. Ships, coated in pitch to resist decay, rest gently along piers. Masts and sails lie folded, ropes coiled carefully. Even at rest, the harbor embodies careful planning, observation, and adaptation to natural forces. Its quiet stability becomes a soft, reassuring rhythm in the imagination, a reminder that design can work in harmony with the world without effort or agitation. Fortresses along the edges of the empire rise into the dark, silent guardians. Walls angled to deflect attack, towers placed to maximize observation, and machines of war crafted for precision all speak of preparation, foresight, and order. Ballistae and catapults, still and at rest, carry a potential energy that mirrors the calm readiness of the empire itself. Even without action, these fortifications inspire a quiet sense of safety and reliability. Libraries, empty and silent, preserve scrolls and knowledge that guided the construction of roads, aqueducts, villas, and cities. The network of wisdom accumulated over generations, engineers, architects, surveyors, and scholars persists invisibly, a silent current beneath the structures themselves. Even without human presence, the memory of thought, observation, and innovation continues to flow, offering the mind comfort and assurance. Amphitheaters rise quietly on hills, empty yet perfectly designed. Their architecture carries sound effortlessly, allowing thousands of voices to be heard clearly without effort. In the imagination, the echoes of games, speeches, and performances ripple through the stone, leaving a gentle, lingering rhythm that flows into the mind. The precision of design, the harmony of acoustics, and the calm order of structure all encourage the body to relax and drift toward deeper sleep. Medical instruments, bronze scalpels, forceps, and probes rest on clean tables. Hospitals designed for soldiers were organized to provide care efficiently, anticipating needs before they arose. Even at rest, the tools radiate preparation, careful thought, and precision. They speak to the quiet understanding that life can be preserved, healed, and supported through design and knowledge, and that the mind, too, can rest in the presence of such order. Across the empire, irrigation systems, reservoirs, and fields continue to work in silent harmony. Water flows predictably, soil absorbs it patiently, crops grow steadily. Small-scale engineering and accumulated knowledge ensure continuity, producing a self-regulating system that persists without interruption. The gentle rhythm of flowing water, rising from fields into canals, becomes a soothing cadence, echoing in the mind as a lullaby of civilization itself. The Roman Empire at night is a living organism of stone, water, wood, and knowledge. Roads, aqueducts, baths, harbors, fortresses, villas, workshops, and libraries all work together silently, their purpose woven into the fabric of daily life. The genius of the empire lies not in spectacle, but in reliability, endurance, and integration with natural forces. Even without human presence, the systems continue, offering reassurance, order, and calm. Sleep deepens as the mind wanders along aqueducts, beneath roads, over tiled floors, and through silent workshops. Roman technology is a gentle, enduring hum, a continuous lullaby of foresight, patience, and intelligence. Water flows, hypocausts radiate warmth, roads stretch straight, walls protect, and knowledge persists. Each element carries a quiet rhythm that lulls the mind into deep, uninterrupted rest, merging imagination with the enduring calm of civilization. The Roman night stretches endlessly, soft and deep, and the empire lies in quiet repose, its brilliance hidden in stone, water, and careful human design. Beyond the city walls, mines rest under the dark hills, their shafts and tunnels carved patiently over generations. Romans extracted metals like iron, copper, tin, and lead, knowing the properties of each, and using simple machines to lift, move, and transport materials safely. Wooden hoists, pulleys, and cranes multiplied human effort, converting small motions into steady, controlled work. Even now, in imagination, the gears and ropes turn slowly, gently, predictably. A silent rhythm that echoes through tunnels and hills, guiding energy without haste or noise. In quarries, stone blocks lie where they were cut, perfectly squared and ready for transport. Romans used levers, rollers, and inclined planes to move massive stones, understanding the principles of force, leverage, and friction. Cranes made of timber, with ropes and winches, lift heavy blocks with calm efficiency. The process is quiet, almost meditative, a harmony of patience, precision, and repetition. The mind drifts through the quarries, tracing lines of work, imagining the slow but relentless movement of stone from hill to city, feeling the gentle assurance of methodical planning. Bridges across rivers stand strong and unbroken, their arches spanning wide currents with balance and stability. Every keystone, every curve, distributes weight with perfect understanding. Water flows beneath them, occasionally lapping at stone piers, yet the bridges endure without strain. Walking across an imagination, the mind feels the certainty of engineering, the subtle security that comes from a structure built to last centuries. These bridges are not showy. Their elegance comes from utility, symmetry, and calm reliability. Along coastlines, harbors continue their silent work. Breakwaters, built of concrete hardened underwater, deflect waves and protect ships moored safely behind them. The careful design allows maritime trade, fishing, and transport to continue without interruption. Ships, with hulls coated in pitch, sails furled, and ropes coiled neatly, rest gently in place. In the stillness of night, the harbor radiates a sense of trust and preparation, a quiet confidence in the ingenuity of those who shaped the coast for generations of use. In military encampments, walls, towers, and fortifications rise calmly. Roman engineers positioned every element for maximum strategic advantage. Ballistae, catapults, and other siege engines, though silent, seem to hum softly with potential energy, waiting, ready for use. Even in darkness, these constructions radiate order and security, reinforcing the mind's sense of safety. Soldiers resting nearby sleep soundly, knowing their defenses were shaped by experience, mathematics, and foresight. Urban planning in Roman cities reflects extraordinary foresight. Streets intersect at right angles, drainage systems carry waste away, and aqueducts supply life-giving water. Markets, temples, baths, and villas are arranged efficiently, maximizing access and comfort. Sewers like the Cloaca Maxima work silently beneath streets, carrying refuse away and maintaining hygiene. Even in sleep, the mind can trace these pathways, imagining the smooth flow of life through well-planned spaces. Each line, curve, and junction whispers of intelligence applied with patience, a civilization designed to endure. In domestic spaces, kitchens, storage rooms, and dining areas are arranged for efficiency and comfort. Amphorae hold oil, wine, and grains, stored on raised platforms to protect them from moisture. Furniture is designed to be functional and portable, folding stools and modular tables allowing flexibility in living spaces. The hum of activity imagined softly in these rooms is calm, orderly, reassuring. Every design choice contributes to the quiet, sustainable rhythm of life, emphasizing ease, foresight, and durability. Water itself continues to be the empire's quiet miracle. Fountains release gentle arcs, aqueducts flow predictably, cisterns hold supplies, and baths are heated by hypocausts. Gravity, pressure, and careful calculation replace engines and electricity. The hum of water, imagined beneath streets, in pipes, and over tiles, becomes a constant soothing rhythm. It moves relentlessly, predictably yet quietly, echoing the mind's slow descent into rest. In workshops, metalworking and woodworking tools rest silently, crafted with precision and balance. Hammers, chisels, tongs, and bronze molds carry the memory of repeated use. Craftsmen knew that well-made tools increase efficiency, reduce fatigue, and ensure consistent results. In sleep, the mind can imagine these movements, rhythmic and precise, guiding the imagination into calm patterns of labor performed with intention and patience. Amphitheaters rise once more in the imagination, empty yet perfect. Their stone curves, calculated to carry sound to every spectator, are a testament to observation and planning. The echoes of games, speeches, and performances seem to linger, soft and distant, blending with the calm of night. The architecture itself, silent yet precise, becomes a gentle guide for the mind, leading it toward relaxation and uninterrupted sleep. Libraries, their scrolls resting in niches carved into walls, preserve knowledge that shaped the empire. Engineering, architecture, urban planning, medicine, military strategy, and daily life all benefited from observation, measurement, and shared wisdom. Even now, in the absence of people, the memory of learning continues, forming an invisible current beneath the structures themselves. Sleeping minds can drift along these currents, sensing the quiet continuity of human knowledge, order, and intelligence. Even medical instruments, bronze scalpels and forceps, lie calm and organized, reminders of foresight, precision, and care. Hospitals, designed for hygiene and recovery, radiate subtle energy, suggesting that life, well-being, and preparedness can be ensured through careful thought. The mind, imagining the rooms and tools, feels reassurance and calm, a gentle understanding that order and knowledge bring security. The Roman Empire at night is an orchestra of stone, water, wood, and knowledge. Roads stretch straight, aqueducts flow, water wheels spin in imagination, hypocausts radiate warmth, baths hold memories of steam. Villas and mosaics endure, workshops rest, harbors wait, fortifications rise, amphitheaters echo, and libraries hum softly beneath the surface. Each invention, structure, and system works harmoniously, creating a quiet, persistent rhythm that lulls the mind into deeper sleep. The gentle continuity of Roman ingenuity, the soft hum of enduring technology, and the predictability of water, stone, and human planning merge into a single unbroken sense of calm. Sleep deepens further as the listener imagines aqueducts, roads, bridges, hypocausts, and workshops all functioning seamlessly together, a lullaby of foresight, precision, and patient brilliance. Water flows, stone stands, machines rest, knowledge persists, and civilization endures. The empire breathes softly in the night, a vast organism of intelligence, labor, and care. Its genius is patient, quiet, and reliable, a rhythm without rush, without urgency, guiding the mind gently into dreamless, uninterrupted slumber. The night continues its slow unfolding, unbroken and calm, and the Roman Empire remains wrapped in quiet purpose. In the deep hills where miners once worked by torchlight, shafts descend gently into the earth, supported by wooden beams placed with care. Romans understood the strength of materials, the way wood could brace stone, and how tunnels must breathe to keep air moving. Ventilation shafts rise toward the surface, allowing fresh air to circulate naturally. Even in darkness, the earth seems calm and cooperative, shaped patiently by hands that trusted method over haste. In these mines, water once threatened to flood tunnels, but Roman ingenuity found gentle solutions. Channels cut into rock guided water away, while simple pumps and lifting devices removed excess with steady repetition. The sound imagined here is not frantic, but rhythmic water dripping, wood creaking softly, ropes sliding smoothly over pulleys. This is technology that works slowly and reliably, respecting the pace of nature rather than fighting it. Above ground, cranes stand silent near construction sites, their tall wooden frames rising against the starlit sky. Counterweights balance heavy loads, allowing a few workers to lift stones that would otherwise require many. The principles are simple: leverage, balance, gravity, yet the effect is profound. Massive temples, baths, bridges, and basilicas rose because these quiet machines multiplied human strength. Even now, at rest, the cranes seem poised, calm, and dependable, like sleeping giants. Across rivers and valleys, bridges stretch gracefully from bank to bank. Their arches, shaped with mathematical intuition, distribute weight so evenly that the stone seems almost weightless. Water flows beneath them, unbothered, carrying reflections of moonlight and masonry alike. The bridges do not demand attention. They simply exist, offering passage without drama. Walking across one in imagination, each step feels secure, supported by centuries of careful design. In cities, urban planning continues its silent work. Streets intersect predictably, allowing movement and airflow. Drainage channels beneath them carry rain and waste away, protecting health and comfort. Sewers flow gently, unseen and uncelebrated, yet essential. Romans understood that cleanliness and order begin below the surface, where systems work best when unnoticed. The city at night feels clean, balanced, and calm, its hidden networks performing their duties faithfully. Markets now empty were once centers of exchange, designed for efficiency and access. Covered walkways protect merchants from sun and rain, while storage rooms keep goods safe and organized. Weights and measures were standardized, ensuring fairness and predictability. Even in silence, the market space feels ordered, as if transactions might resume at any moment without confusion or disorder. In domestic spaces, the quiet hum of daily life lingers. Kitchens are arranged for ease of movement, with hearths positioned for proper ventilation. Storage jars sit on raised platforms to avoid dampness. Light enters rooms through carefully placed openings, illuminating without overheating. Roman homes reflect a deep understanding of comfort through design, nothing excessive, nothing wasted, everything purposeful. The hypocaust systems beneath floors continue to radiate imagined warmth. Hollow spaces allow air to move freely, distributing heat evenly. Walls, too, contain flues that guide warmth upward. This mastery of temperature control creates a sense of gentle enclosure, a reminder that technology can cradle the body as well as serve it. Even now, in the mind's quiet wandering, these spaces feel safe and soothing. Farther out, military roads extend toward distant frontiers. Built with the same care as city streets, they allow rapid movement of troops and supplies. Camps along these roads are laid out in precise grids, each tent and structure placed according to plan. This order reduces confusion, increases efficiency, and creates a sense of stability even in temporary spaces. At night, these camps are silent, but their design continues to offer reassurance. Siege engines rest under canvas, their frames sturdy and balanced. Torsion springs made from twisted sinew store energy patiently. These machines were designed not for chaos but for precision. Every angle, every measurement, every component had purpose. Even in stillness, they embody control and predictability, reinforcing the empire's preference for method over impulse. Time passes gently through Roman instruments. Water clocks strip steadily, marking hours without urgency. Sundials cast shadows that move almost imperceptibly. Calendars align human activity with seasons and stars. Time itself becomes a technology measured, organized, and understood. This measured passage encourages calm, reminding the mind that there is no need to rush, no need to strain. In places of learning, geometry and surveying tools rest quietly. Measuring rods, plumb lines, and sighting instruments once aligned roads, buildings, and boundaries with remarkable accuracy. By trusting gravity and proportion, Romans imposed order upon vast landscapes. Even now, the memory of straight lines and right angles offers comfort. A sense that the world can be mapped, known, and navigated safely. In medical spaces, beds are arranged to allow airflow and light. Instruments are cleaned and stored carefully. Treatments are practical, based on observation and experience. Roman medicine may not have known everything, but it valued organization, hygiene, and preparation. These principles persist silently, reinforcing the idea that care itself can be engineered. The night continues, and the empire breathes steadily. Aqueducts flow. Roads remain firm. Bridges hold. Water wheels turn in memory. Floors stay warm. Walls stand strong. Knowledge rests quietly, ready to be used again. There is no rush, no urgency, no disturbance. Everything works as it should. As the listener drifts deeper into sleep, the Roman Empire becomes less a place and more a rhythm. A rhythm of water moving downhill, of stone bearing weight, of tools shaped to fit the hand, of cities planned to support life. This rhythm is slow, predictable, and deeply soothing. The genius of Roman technology lies not in sudden flashes of brilliance, but in sustained attention, repetition, and care. It is the comfort of knowing that systems will continue even when individuals rest. It is the assurance that life can be supported quietly, gently, and reliably. And so the night holds steady, the stars remain fixed, the empire remains calm. Water flows softly through channels cut long ago. Stone arches distribute weight without complaint. Roads stretch forward into darkness, guiding without force. The mind, wrapped in this gentle order, releases itself fully into rest. Civilization hums softly beneath sleep, a lullaby of patience, foresight, and enduring design. The Roman Empire continues, not loudly, not urgently, but steadily, faithfully, and endlessly, carrying the listener into deep, peaceful slumber where nothing needs to be done, and everything is already taken care of. The night holds its depth, calm and unchanging, and the Roman Empire remains suspended in this gentle stillness, as if time itself has slowed to match the steady rhythm of stone and water. Far beyond the glow of the cities, vineyards rest on rolling hills, their terraces shaped carefully to prevent erosion and guide rainwater where it can be absorbed slowly. Low stone walls follow the contours of the land, not fighting nature, but cooperating with it. The Romans learned that the earth responds best to patience, and so their agricultural technology mirrors the same quiet wisdom found in their cities. In olive groves, presses stand silent, their heavy stones once turned with deliberate motion to extract oil drop by drop. These presses rely on leverage and gravity, simple principles applied with care. The oil they produced fueled lamps, preserved food, and soothed skin, becoming part of daily life in ways so ordinary they were rarely noticed. Even now, in imagination, the slow turning of the press feels steady and calming, a reminder that progress does not always need speed. Nearby, wine cellars lie cool beneath thick stone walls. Amphorae are stacked carefully, angled just enough to keep contents fresh. Romans understood fermentation through observation and repetition, adjusting storage, temperature, and sealing until results became predictable. This quiet mastery of chemistry and environment allowed abundance to last through seasons. In the darkness of these cellars, there is no urgency, only the slow, reliable passage of time doing its work. Along the edges of towns, brick kilns have long gone cold, but their memory lingers. Clay was shaped, dried, and fired with precise control of heat and airflow. Tiles, bricks, and pottery emerged strong and uniform, essential to building roofs, floors, and walls. The Romans refined these processes until consistency became natural, allowing cities to grow without chaos. Even in silence, the idea of steady heat and controlled fire feels grounding, warm, and reassuring. In shipyards near the sea, hulls were once assembled plank by plank, each curve measured by eye and experience. Nails and fittings, forged carefully, held everything together. Roman shipbuilders understood balance, buoyancy, and weight distribution without needing equations. Their ships moved confidently across open water, guided by stars and coastlines. At night, imagining these vessels at rest, gently rocking against wooden piers, brings a sense of trust in knowledge passed quietly from generation to generation. The empire's postal system too rests now. Relay stations along roads once allowed messages to travel astonishing distances with speed and reliability. Horses kept ready would carry words from one station to the next, never stopping for long. This network depended on roads, planning, and discipline. In the stillness of night, the empty stations feel peaceful, as if the messages themselves have settled into rest. In the heart of cities, temples rise quietly, their columns aligned with mathematical precision. The proportions feel balanced, calming to the eye and the mind. Romans understood how symmetry and scale affect perception, how ordered space can inspire calm and reverence. These structures are not only religious but technological, expressing geometry and material science through form. At night, their shadows fall gently, emphasizing harmony rather than dominance. Public latrines, now silent, were once marvels of sanitation. Flowing water carried waste away continuously, reducing disease and odor. Stone seats were arranged efficiently, and drainage channels beneath worked without pause. This practical approach to hygiene shows how deeply technology was woven into everyday life. Even such humble systems contribute to the quiet reassurance that the city is cared for, even while its people sleep. In the distance, signal towers remain dark, but their purpose is remembered. Fire and smoke once carried messages across vast distances faster than any single messenger could travel. This early communication technology relied on visibility, timing, and coordination. At rest, the towers feel calm and patient, knowing they can awaken when needed. Time continues to pass gently. Shadows shift almost imperceptibly. The moon moves higher, then slowly descends. The empire does not stir. Its systems are designed to work without constant attention, allowing humans to rest without worry. This is perhaps the greatest achievement of Roman technology, not power, not size, but trust. Trust that things will continue as intended. In quiet rooms, lamps flicker softly, fed by carefully refined oil in well-shaped wicks. The flame is steady, controlled, neither too bright nor too dim. Romans learned how to shape light itself, making nights safer and calmer. The soft glow encourages rest rather than activity, inviting eyes to close and thoughts to slow. As sleep deepens, the mind drifts effortlessly from one quiet system to another, never jolted, never rushed. Aqueducts flow, presses turn, kilns warm. Roads stretch, bridges hold, lamps glow. Everything moves at a pace that feels natural and kind. The Roman Empire, in this imagined night, becomes a vast, steady presence, like a slow breath taken again and again. Its technology is not something to marvel at loudly, but something to lean on gently. It is the background rhythm of civilization, the hum beneath daily life that allows people to live, work, and rest without fear. And so the night continues, unbroken, calm, and deep. The empire remains at ease, its inventions performing their quiet duties, its structures holding firm, its knowledge resting patiently. The listener, carried along by this steady rhythm of enduring design, drifts fully into sleep, wrapped in the soft certainty that everything essential is already in place, already working, already enough. The stillness deepens further, becoming softer, thicker, like a blanket laid gently over the world. The Roman Empire does not awaken, it settles more comfortably into its own design. Far beneath the ground, stone-lined tunnels continue to breathe quietly, air moving through vents placed with intention. Romans understood that even invisible things, air, pressure, temperature needed guidance. Their bath complexes were built not only with water in mind, but with warmth itself, carried through hollow floors and walls. At night the hypocausts sleep, their heat fading slowly, releasing warmth at a pace that feels almost like a heartbeat slowing before rest. In workshops now dark, tools hang neatly along walls. Each tool was shaped for a specific task, neither too heavy nor too light. Balance mattered. A hammer that fit the hand reduced fatigue. A chisel with the right angle saved time and effort. These quiet refinements made labor gentler, more humane. Even in absence, the tools seem calm, as if aware they will be used again and that they are ready. The streets remain empty, but their design speaks softly. Slight curves slow the wind. Raised stones guide rain toward drains. Pavements are layered stone upon gravel upon earth-absorbing impact, resisting erosion, lasting through decades. The Romans built not for haste, but for endurance. Walking these streets in imagination feels reassuring, each step supported by thoughtfulness laid down long ago. Somewhere near a forum, a sundial rests in shadow. During the day it measured time through light, not sound. No bells, no ticking, only the slow movement of shadow across carved lines. Time itself felt slower, more forgiving. At night, the sundial is irrelevant, and that too feels right. Technology, for the Romans, knew when to be silent. In granaries, grain lies dry and safe, stored above ground to discourage pests, ventilated to prevent rot. Elevated floors allow air to circulate freely, preserving food without chemicals or machines. These structures stand like quiet guardians of abundance. Knowing they are full brings a sense of security so deep it reaches into sleep. Beyond the city walls, milestones line the roads, evenly spaced, marking distance with quiet certainty. Travelers once counted them to measure progress, to underscore attachment, to know how far they had come, and how far remained. At night, these stones ask nothing. They simply exist, patient and grounded, reminding the land itself that order once passed through here. In libraries, scrolls rest carefully arranged, their storage a technology of memory. Wooden shelves are angled, niches protect against moisture, and labels guide hands without confusion. Knowledge is preserved not with noise but with care. The silence in these rooms feels thick with thought, yet never heavy. The empire's clocks are not mechanical. Its rhythm comes from light, habit, and structure. This creates a gentler sense of time, one that encourages rest when darkness arrives. The city was never meant to run endlessly. Even its engineering respects the night. Far away, in quarries now quiet, cut stone remembers the hands that shaped it. Romans learned how to read rock, how to split it cleanly along natural lines. This understanding reduced waste and effort, allowing massive projects to rise without unnecessary struggle. The earth itself was treated as a collaborator. As the listener drifts further into sleep, these images no longer form clearly. They soften, blending into impressions rather than details. Water flowing, stone holding, heat lingering, light dimming. Everything essential continues without urgency. There is no ending to this night, only continuation. The Roman Empire, imagined in rest, becomes less a place and more a feeling steady, reliable, unhurried. Technology here is not loud or sharp. It does not demand attention. It supports quietly, like the ground beneath closed eyes. Breath slows. Thoughts loosen. The empire fades gently into the background, not disappearing, but becoming part of the deep calm itself. And in that calm, sleep settles completely, unbroken and safe, carried by the soft echo of ancient wisdom still flowing, still holding, still at peace. The calm does not break. It stretches onward, smooth and untroubled, like a road disappearing into gentle darkness. The Roman Empire, now more memory than place, continues to exist in this softened state where nothing presses for attention. Technology becomes sensation rather than structure, a background reassurance that everything necessary has already been considered. Somewhere along a quiet coast, lighthouses stand with their fires lowered, stone towers shaped to resist wind and salt. During the day and night alike, they once guided ships safely toward harbor. Their construction accounts for waves, erosion, and visibility, each layer of stone placed to endure centuries of storms. Now they rest, listening to the sea breathe in long, slow rhythms, the water never rushing, never stopping. In harbors, stone quays extend into dark water, their edges worn smooth by countless ropes and hulls. Roman engineers reinforced these structures with volcanic ash concrete that hardens even underwater. This knowledge, so patient, so observational, allowed ports to last where others failed. In the quiet night, the sea laps gently against these walls, trusting them completely. Far inland, dams hold reservoirs in quiet balance. They release water gradually, preventing floods and ensuring steady supply. Gates and spillways were shaped to cooperate with pressure rather than resist it. The quiet persists, soft and uninterrupted, as if the world itself has decided to rest a little longer. The Roman Empire remains present only as a gentle undercurrent, a distant assurance rather than a collection of places or inventions. The mind no longer walks through streets or stands beneath arches. Instead, it drifts through the feeling those things created stability, balance, and calm. Somewhere beyond thought, the rhythm of Roman engineering mirrors the rhythm of breathing. In, like water rising through an aqueduct's careful incline. Out, like water released into a fountain basin, spilling gently and without force. Every system was designed to avoid strain, to let gravity and time do most of the work. This same philosophy now carries the listener deeper into rest. The empire's presence is felt in repetition. Repeated stones, repeated measurements, repeated routines. Repetition creates safety, and safety allows the body to loosen. There is comfort in knowing what comes next, in trusting that the road continues straight, that the bridge will hold, that the wall will not suddenly give way. Even the edges of the empire feel calm. Border forts, once alert and watchful, are quiet now. Their rectangular plans, their standardized layouts, remove uncertainty. Every gate, every tower, every barracks was placed where it made sense. At rest, these places feel orderly rather than tense, their purpose fulfilled simply by existing. The night deepens further, and thoughts slow until they become like drifting clouds. The Roman Empire fades almost completely, leaving behind only the sensation of being supported. Like lying on a stone floor warmed earlier by the sun, still holding a trace of heat. Like leaning against a column that has stood unchanged for generations. There is no sound except imagined water, imagined wind, imagined distance. The empire no longer needs to be described because it has done its work. It has provided structure, and now it steps aside. Sleep settles fully, gently, without interruption. The ancient world dissolves into darkness, not lost, not forgotten, but resting just as the listener rests, now held by the same quiet certainty that once allowed an empire to endure. And in that certainty, everything is calm.